Howdy, and welcome back to Apex and Shaves. So today we're going to be doing my final review on the Supply SE Max. And as you know, I really love this razor. And we're going to be comparing it to the One Blade Genesis. And this is a stainless steel razor. It's going to be hard to compare it because they are two totally different blades. Well, semi-different. One's an injector blade, one is almost like a gem blade, proprietary. They're both proprietary blades. But really the only thing I can compare is that they are a single edge pivoting head razor. We're going to be doing a head shave. We're going to shave one half with the One Blade, one half with the Supply Max. And we're just going to see how the shave is. We're going to use a brand new blade in both and go from there. So today we're going to be using products from Micro Artisan. So you're kind of getting a 3-for-1. You're getting my final review, you're getting kind of a versus, and you're going to be getting a Micro Artisan. So this is Apex Alchemy Shaving Brain Freeze. It's also known as Brain Freeze Blizzard, I believe, on their website. I found them on Etsy, but they also have their own website. Took me a second to remember. And going to be using their splash as well, which I have right here. And the brush I'm going to be using is my Sawdust Creations, this blue and white one. I figured it matched the label pretty well. I have a G5C set in this. I believe that's a 28 millimeter too. It's a big one. All right, so let me get this brush soaking real quick. And let me get the blades out. I should have been prepared, correct? So I'm going to show you how to load the Supply. We're going to go back to the blade that comes with it, which is the black label. And I know I have some One Blades in here somewhere. There they are. Question is, no, that's not them. That's not them. All right, we're back, and I found them. All right, let me put my blade case back. I have 2 of these. That's how many blades I have. All right. All right, so for the Supply, I haven't shown this yet. I did discover how to load this properly. So you can see it has a dial here to turn, and right now there's nothing showing. So when you crank it, it will expose a blade like so till you see the click. Now there's a channel on the back side of the blade with holes on either side. And what those little holes are for these little bearings, these spring-loaded bearings on each side. And you're going to pop the head into that channel, which has this rolled edge at the top. It fits perfectly in there. And you're going to pop it in there like so. And then when you pull it out, you have your blade and it's loaded. Very simple and easy. Snap the lid and there you go. So that's what it looks like without the blade in it. So the Supply is loaded. Now it's a little more old-fashioned with the One Blade. You'll pull out a wrapped blade out of the tuck, like so. And we're going to unwrap it. And One Blade blades are double wrapped. See if I can show that to you here. And we're going to pull that blade out. This is the One Blade proprietary blade. And then there is a channel in the back side of the blade that you slide that blade in. See if I can do this where you can see it. Let me get a better grip on that. So you slide that in and you push it till you hear it click. Just like so. And that is secure. To remove it, you just kind of lift up towards the top and pull back and it comes right out. So there's the loaded One Blade. All right, so we got that ready. Interesting colored soap, correct? Now this soap is, it's Apex Alchemy's first mentholated soap, but they've had this out for a while. I just discovered them recently. Apparently they've been around for a while. I'm not sure for how long. There wasn't any about information on them on Etsy or their website. But this is, their sales blurb says, this set is the slushie that is the answer to all your problems. Delicious blue raspberry sweetness topped off with the extreme cool of menthol. And it is a good scent. I can smell it as soon as I open the puck. It's a little loose in there, but that's okay. It's a pretty firm puck, but it's soft enough. I can press my finger in there, but it is pretty firm. Let me grab a towel real quick so I'm prepared. Didn't remember it beforehand, but I remembered it early enough before I needed it, correct? So we'll set that out of there. And let's get this loaded, this brush loaded. Remove the water. We're gonna go right off the tub. And this smells really good. It's a straight up blue raspberry. Really good. All right, that should be enough for a head shave. Set the tub out of the way. Brush is loaded. Let's get the glasses off and the head wet. I have about a little over 24 hours growth. I normally shave in the morning. I did not shave it this morning because I knew I was going to make this video. A little bit more. All right. Looks like it's going to be a good lather. This is the first time I've used this soap. Man, that scent is really good. It's straight up blue raspberry slushy, man. It is exactly what it says. It's a great scent strength. I would say it's about a 5 to 6. Pretty good. Going to get some water here in a second. All right, let's get some water on this. Not really feeling any menthol yet. Lather's coming along pretty nice though. See how it goes. Gonna get a little bit more water here in a second. Man, I love this scent. That is good. All right, you know what? I think we're just gonna go with that. That feels good. Little bit of menthol starting, not a whole lot. Oops, ding. All right, we're gonna start with the supply on this side. Now, I never just shaved half my head before, so we'll see if I get it right. But, this is first use Black Label Blade. Soap is plenty slick. Now, I'm not going to do any of my normal cleanup. I'm just going to do a single pass on both blades. So now we're going to do the back. And we're just going to go in one direction, my normal initial directions. That feels like about halfway. All right. Now the one blade. Now, another comparison to note between these two, the one blade is considerably more expensive, especially the Genesis. There are some lower entry-level versions of it, which I do have. I did pick up this Genesis at Razor Emporium as a refurbished used, which they have a lot of those. They keep them in stock. I believe he gets them direct from One Blade on their returns or something. And then he cleans them up. Razor Emporium cleans them up, checks them out, and then sells them. Got a great deal on this. Man, I haven't used my One Blade in a while. This feels great. Now, I'm not doing this to pick one over the other. I find both of these razors amazing, and they're both staying in my den. In fact, it will be hard to decide which one to use when I decide to do a head shave, but these both have become my #1 head shavers. All right. Now I'm expecting to have stubble in my usual trouble areas, so I'm not going to count that against them. And I'm not doing all the different directions that I normally do. I just want to see what one of my normal one direction passes will do. And yes, I know I said one pass, and I know I went over a bit here and I went over it a bit here, and I've gone a couple directions here. That's my normal initial pass. Once I've done all that, now I go and do all the cleanup. So that's what I meant by one pass. So my one pass, all right? So let's not get so technical about it. All right, let's wet the hands and feel the results. So far, exactly the same on the temple. Both exactly the same, both leaving in the same spot right here. There is one line right down the middle. That was just my separation line, I guess. I'm gonna have to hit that before I'm done with the video. But yeah, it's not on either. Well, it may be more on the supply side, but I'm not gonna count that because I was doing a division line for the two sides. So, but as far as the rest of the front of my head, it is exactly the same shave. Just right here. Yeah, just right here in this area on both sides. Same behind the ear. I always have to do a pass that way behind the ear. Okay, in the back, a little more water. Okay, the back is where my hair is thickest. It's where I haven't thinned or lost any hair. And that being said, the supply side, there's a little bit more. Yep, there's definitely a bit more on the supply side. Not much, but a bit. It cut plenty, but yeah, it's definitely got a little thicker stubble back there. I would have to go over that again. But all the other normal areas are there for both. It's very close. It's very close. I would say they're pretty much equal. Even though there's a little bit more stubble back there, I don't think it's enough to warrant, with all the other being the way it was, that one's better than the other. I would say they're equal. Let me get a rinse. We'll get the splash on, and we're going to finish my final thoughts on the Supply Max. Be right back. All right. Overall, for a single pass, what I call my single pass, damn good shave. Damn good shave. Very happy with it. I don't think I've ever done a single pass like that. I would be okay with it. Other than later in the day when I've removed my head, I'd be like, but I like it smooth, guys. I like my head smooth. But yeah, I'm happy with that for both. Absolutely. What I'm not happy with is I felt zero menthol in that soap. Zero menthol. I didn't go for a second pass though, and sometimes it doesn't kick into the second pass, but let's see what this splash does. I do really like this scent though. It's definitely a wonderful summertime scent for sure. All right. No reducer, so let me just be careful. Well, luckily it doesn't come out very easily for not having a reducer. Ooh, that scent's a little more. Definitely. I don't know if there's any menthol in this splash. It is a witch hazel based splash. And I'll put a link to Apex Alchemy in the description below so you can check them out. I was hoping this one might be a contender for the Blizzard battles, but as it stands right now, it wouldn't stand a chance. So, not thinking that's going to happen. All right. Supply SC Max. Let me get my glasses on so I can see you guys. I absolutely love this razor. It does have some quirks. There are some learning curve because there's not any instructions. I had to learn pretty much everything, how to load the blade properly, how to change the magazine and the cartridge properly. I had to discover that that was a blade bank after all, just by shoving a blade in there. You know, so there's nothing to tell you what these things do or are. So that's lacking. And that's a big one because their target audience are new wet shavers. And you can tell that in their advertising. So if you're trying to lure in new wet shavers and your instructions are non-existent, other than you do get some emails on how to shave, but nothing about how to use this brand new SE Max, how to change the magazine and the cartridge when you run out of blades. That's huge. That's huge. Luckily, I figured it out without breaking anything. I thought I almost broke the cartridge just trying to figure things out, but I didn't. So I got it figured out now. Another thing, I'm hearing that there were some, or I've seen some photos, and I've talked to a few people. There have been a few quality control issues on a very, 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 very few razors. But customer service is taking care of it immediately. So that's a big plus, major plus. In comparison, I had an issue with an order on one blade, but it was on their website. Their shipping was locked in at some $30, which I was ordering a 100-pack of their high carbon blades, and the shipping was more than the blades. And so I messaged them, and they ended up invoicing me directly, immediately, for cost on the blades, for the trouble. And then they emailed me later and put out a global email saying, hey, we apologize. There was a shipping error. We're taking care of it, on their website. So they were on top of it, and they notified everybody. So both of them have wonderful customer service. And again, this isn't a comparison between the two. It's just I felt like that was something I wanted to share because that customer service was outstanding also. So outstanding customer service for Supply for taking care of some of those QC issues immediately. Kudos. Awesome job. Their social media, I don't even know if this is worth mentioning, but whoever's running their social media, it's just they don't really answer many questions. They put their cells out. I tagged them a couple times on some videos that I did with the Supply Max and a few other Shave of the Day posts. And then they asked me a question, and I said, well, I was a little disappointed because I bought the Pro. And I was going to do a video on the Pro, but a week after I bought it, you discontinued it without any warning. Nobody knew. I wouldn't have bought it if I knew it was being discontinued. And so to apologize, they said, well, listen, we're going to give you one of the new SE Maxes for free. I'm looking right above that to where I had a post of me already using the SE Max. And I was like, yeah, it's a great razor. See the post above. I've been using it. And they just liked it. They didn't say anything after that. So, and I've heard a few other stories like that. They send out a lot of form letters and stuff where all my communications with One Blade and other razor companies have been organic. So take that into consideration if you have issues and you are dealing with them. I'm hearing their customer service is great, taking care of stuff, but I'm noticing a few things that might be a slight red flag. Proprietary blades, as you can tell, the One Blade sold me on them. Although I know you can use a modified gem blade in these, I haven't done it because I like these blades so much. We'll wait and see if a hack comes out or something for this, but I'm not having an issue with these blades. I get 5 shaves out of them. I'm calling it at 5. I did 6 and 7. They weren't good. I'm calling these blades at 5. I'm going to see how far I can take the platinum, but I'm feeling like it's going to be about the same. I don't notice a difference between the platinum and the black label at all. I don't notice a shave difference at all between the first 3 shaves I've done on the platinum. So I'm not sure if there even are the different blade, but I'm not going to say they're not. But they feel exactly the same to me. And that's me. Remember, all of these are just my opinion, my own personal experiences. None of this is gospel. Everyone else may have a totally different experience than I do. You may hate this razor. You may think the blades are completely different. Personally, for me, I don't. So none of this is changing my mind on how great a shave, though. The proof is in the pudding, guys. For me, the shave is that good that this will stay in my den. Even after me having to fiddle and figure everything out on my own, the shave is that good for me. I hope if you try this out, it is for you as well. And if it's not, I believe it's going to be easy enough to sell. I've already seen some up for sale on BST groups, but and I'm not telling you to run out and buy one. I'm just trying to give you some information so you have an informed choice if you decide to buy one. I think I've done enough research on this that I can put it to bed. Great shave. There are some frayed edges to the business that could be trimmed and cleaned up a bit. A few answers could be given, but nonetheless, I'm happy with the purchase. Great price. Another bonus that I was not expecting are their shave soaps are really good. And they come in a number of fragrances. And they are a performer. They are a great fragrance. And they have other skincare products as well. I like them. I like them a lot. Great stuff. I have not tried any from One Blade or any others. Whenever I did try a soap or a cream from a razor company, it was meh at best, you know. Supply, I'm keeping those. I've got 2 of them. I'm keeping them. I will use them. I think that's about it. If you do have any questions about this, comment down below and I will answer them. But I hope that I've answered your questions. I hope y'all are happy with the review I've done. I spent a whole week with nothing but this razor. I've put the blade to the test. I'm still putting the second blade to the test. And I even compared it to the One Blade, which someone had asked that in my last or one of my other videos. And I'm not giving up on the proof yet. I'm going to break it back out probably after the meetup, and I'm going to give it a go for a few more shaves and see if I can get the proof down or if it's just not for me. I'm not giving up on it yet. So I really like single edge razors. And I like the thicker bladed single edge razors, but I also like half DE single edge razors. I think the Parker Solo Edge is one of the best. So I will not give up on that one, and we'll talk more about that in the future. But the Supply Max for me is a win. I think it was a great purchase, even with all the craziness going on. Proprietary blade and all, I'm happy with it. All right. That's all I have to say about that, unless you have more questions. Find your peace and wetting where you can. And we'll see you next time on A Texan Shaves. Goodbye.